talk just about the depth that you guys have defensively. You come in, perfect example, get the sack on Saturday. What's that mentality like, staying ready?
It's really exciting. We have a lot of talented guys on the defensive side of the ball, especially on the D line. Even the secondary, and everybody we have on the team. I feel like we have depth everywhere that we need it. But especially on the D line, being able to look around and have a bunch of talented guys to learn from, and gain experience from in practice and on game day, it's really a great thing to have.
Danny, talk about the sack. It looked like it was a great stunt called.
I mean, I just had to be my guy and make the play, and I ended up doing that. So that's all there was to it.
What does that say about that edge group that you can lose on Mason so early in that game and still get the pass rush you guys did?
I feel like it really spoke to our mindset going into the game, having that road dog mentality, going out and attacking. We didn't play perfect. We had a lot of mistakes in areas that we could have improved, but we did enough to go out there and get the win, and that's really all that matters. So.
Danny, how big was that play for PJ, and how have you sort of seen him get better every week?
Man, the development in the DMs room has been crazy. Like seeing everybody progressively get better, even from fall camp going into the season, and even throughout the season. Like most teams, like the great teams get better throughout the season. They don't plateau. And seeing everybody really take their improvement as a priority, and seeing everybody bought in and invested, it's a really great feeling to have.
Along those lines, you've got a lot of veterans in that DN group. Where do you feel like you learned the most from them? Where have they helped your growth the most?
I just try to be a sponge, and just absorb as much as possible. You got guys like our Mason and guys like Marvin. PJ's been a program guy, and even T1's been in the playbook like crazy. And you've seen the progression that he's made just by prioritizing the investment, and I'm trying to do the same thing.
Danny, we see defense seems to let you guys attack and eat and get after it.
Yeah,
How much fun is it to play in this defense?
I mean, BV's a mastermind. The way he set up the defense, it kind of just got a lot of layups, a lot of opportunities for you to just eat, and you just got to put it upon yourself to be ready to make the play when the opportunity arises.
Danny, we see Coach Chavis getting amped on the sideline all the time. How do you guys feed into his energy?
We don't really have to. He kind of brings it himself. We kind of have to just rise to the occasion and match it. Sometimes, he's a lot, but it makes the days interesting. It brings a lot to an hour and 30-minute meeting where if the dude wasn't bringing passion, it might not be as enjoyable as it is with having a coach like Coach Chavis.
Danny, where do you feel like you've improved the most this season as a player?
I feel like I've made improvement all around. Like I said, we all have improvement we need to make. I don't feel like anybody's really exactly where they want to be yet. But seeing myself improve in multiple areas, not just like one, and even sometimes having improvement in areas that you're not prioritizing. You just see the payoff of your work, in the dark coming out in the light, and it's a great experience.
You allow yourself to dream about just finishing out, winning 3, getting into the playoff?
Oh yeah, I feel like that's what you have to do if you want to actually have a chance to, be locked in when the moment arises. Like if the only way to actually do it is to believe that you can do it, and I see that in our team and the guys around me in the locker room every day.
Yeah, so first career start this past cycle. Well, I guess second. You started the opener. But, man, how'd that feel just getting in there and getting a chance to move some furniture around?
It felt good to have an opportunity to get out there and play with the guys and actually play with the team and for the team. I actually got other snaps on special teams, so it was always about playing my role, and I got a bigger role, so I was able to step up a little bit and help the team get a win.
What was it like communication-wise for you guys on offense dealing with that level of crowd noise?
Yeah, it was very loud. It was a loud place, loud atmosphere, but we kind of dialed in together, and we kind of realized it was nothing too big for us, and we were able to dial in and communicate across the line, so that was really good.
Is there any added camaraderie? There's 3 freshmen on the line, 3 young guys on the offensive line in a hostile environment.
Could you rephrase your...
Is there any added camaraderie when you heard that there's 3 young guys on the offensive line?
Yeah, it's always going to be that across the board. Like, it was some of them guys chirping a little bit about us being younger guys, but we kind of tuned that out, blocked out that outside noise. Coach Beatenbow, he emphasized blocking out that outside noise, and we made the job happen, so it was good.
Did you keep pushing in the second half at all?
Nah, not too much after that. But.
Saturday, I don't know how much you've been online. Have you seen that clip of you headbutting Michael, I guess, before John's touchdown?
Yeah.
But can you walk us through that and just like what you're thinking in that moment?
Actually, Mike Fasusi, the one who got me hyped up, he was talking to me. He was like, come on, we got to get this. This is an opportunity for us to get up big. And like, man, out of nowhere, I just gave him a little head, but that was just something that we got into it. And he hit me back in the head. And I felt, when I watched the video, I realized Mike was running a lot faster. So I was like, that's good that we're bringing a source of energy and source of juice, like having fun out there. So that was the most important thing.
Coach Venables just said that juice is something you bring every day at practice. Where does that come from? When did you realize you're one of those guys that can be like a tone setter?
Say that one more time.
Coach Venables just praised the energy you bring every day at practice. For you, along your high school career, when did you realize you were one of those guys that is bringing it and kind of leveling up the energy level for everyone?
It was always about the intensity level. I always felt like I always needed to bring out 110% each and every play. Even though sometimes fundamentals, technique, I still got to work on that. Still a lot of things I got to work on in general, but just bringing out there and having that intensity, that's something nobody can take from you. And that was also something my mom preached to me, just go out there and play with your heart, and that's what I feel like I've been playing with. Just continue that.
Brent mentioned you guys are I think the third best rushing attack in the conference for the last handful of weeks. What do you guys see that's working these last few weeks that's allowed you running to get going?
We've been working on the small details about hands, eyes, and feet. That's been the main thing about playing offensive line. And we still got minor things that we need to critique a little bit in, but the main thing is that we've been doing a great job just communicating. That's been the main thing, communicating and having an idea of which way the ball is going and how to leverage blocks. That's the most important thing.
For you, how big of a growth opportunity was it to just start a game, play an entire game, and then be able to have a whole game's worth of film to learn off of and all that stuff going into this week?
Like, each and every game I had opportunities to get in, so that was always a way for me to critique my reps and also take maximum capacity with my reps as well. Like, even though if I got like 10 to 12 reps a couple games, I was able to maximize that to my opportunity. But having a full game of reps and watching myself through the first and fourth quarter, like having that finish, that's the most important thing.
Obviously, as the story goes, you grew up an OU fan, but you also grew up down in SEC territory.
Yeah.
Being there in that environment at Tennessee on Saturday, getting the chance to start, all that, did that feel like one of those moments where you're thinking to yourself, this is why I came to OU?
Yes, absolutely. And it was just like we had a pregame speech, and it was also like it was sitting with me a little bit. It was just like looking around, enjoying the moment, embracing the moment. That's been the main thing, and just looking around. There was a lot of fans out there and just having fun. That's been the main thing.
What's impressed you about what Mike has been able to do at left tackle so far this season?
Say that one more time.
What's impressed you about what Mike has been able to do at left tackle?
His physicality. That's been the main thing with Mike. Like, same thing with us. We still got a lot of stuff that we got to improve in, mental-wise, physicality-wise, but him bringing that intensity with me as well, like, that's been unmatched.
What did that do?
I did that.
So how was Saturday?
It was fun, man. It was fun. Everybody's been saying it, but it's really the truth, man. The atmosphere was amazing. It was good getting to play some good football. Hoping to just keep getting better.
Did it take you long to adjust to that, or were you still feeling comfortable in the entire time?
Like, comfortable
with the atmosphere?
Oh, to be honest, I didn't really care that much about the atmosphere. I kind of just went like, hey, I'm going in and play the best ball I can. So we come out to the field. I didn't really look at the fans much, we just focused, you feel me? I'm looking at my coach, I'm looking at my teammates. I'm worried about my technique. I'm not really worried, I'm focused on my technique. And that was what it was, The only time I would say I looked at the fans was when I did like the word walks, everybody, always walking down. I see them do the, FCUs, hey, you saw it. Let's play some football, that was probably what amped me up the most, and just getting to play football.
Did you get a chance to
the improvement on the offensive line over the last couple of weeks?
You just want to talk about the strain. I want to talk about the continuing, getting better with the details for me, and just communication in general. And I feel like that's what we're getting better at, and there's still room for progress. Like, it can be it's always the little things that we can work on, and the big things, of course. But little things like our hands, our splits, our feet. Again, communication as well. Everybody going to the right places. So just piecing all of those together. Let's keep going to make us get better.
How much fun is it going through this process with Ryan?
It's lit, man. You know, that's my brother, and you know, he's just good to have that that tower, you know, on the other side as well. You know, and you know, if anything, that's just building a relationship to be deeper, stronger. You know, motivation show that every time we see, every time we need to, every time we get to, and you know, it's just a blessing. You know.
Michael, how much have you maybe learned from Coach Biedenbach this year in your first year?
Oh my God, I've learned a lot, bro. Like, talking about coming in, the things that I didn't know to the things that I know now. It's so much, like seeing the whole field different, looking at the alignments, talking about the safeties, what they mean, not just focusing on the person that's across from me, you know, being able to focus on the whole defense as a whole and know what's about to happen. So I didn't want to just, the biggest word is really just be anticipating, you know, anticipate what's going to happen, do some side foot is up, big chance it could go inside, got a tight, you know, tight alignment, it's a good chance for a twist, you know, things like that. And, you know, you're just going to keep picking up, you're going to keep getting smarter, that's it.
How much do you feel like you've improved as a player since the beginning of the season?
I'd say incredibly a lot, you know. I came into the season, I'm feeling very confident, you know, that's how it still is, you know, if anything, I'm going to keep getting confident, you know, always confident, but never cocky, you know. What else? I had some boo-boos, but it's football, dog, you know, it is what it is. Everybody in the country is a little sore, so all we can do is just get better.
How is your ankle feeling?
I feel good, man. What's it called? I'm able to pop out my stance, you feel me? I'm able to do what I need to do. Post set, strike. Just feeling great.
We got to talk about the headbutt. Is that something Eddie does often?
I won't lie. I was probably like a third time ever doing it. I say probably second time ever doing it. And to be honest, we didn't even plan it. Like, it was just something that happened. It hit me first, and I'm like, oh, come on then. You feel me? And boom, you know, we just did it again. And if anything, I just, you know what that does, raise the vibe. And, you know, go out there on that drive and score.
What's the chemistry like between you two right now, you and Eddie? And what was it like in that moment as well?
Yeah, I know the emotion that's just like this. Hold on. Just like that, that's exactly what it is. It's, you know, it's, feel me? All love, all physicality, all strength. At the end of the day, you know, just playing football together, having fun.
How fun is that to feed off of someone and that energy in that moment? And what did that do for you guys moving forward?
Well, you don't really know that that's what's happening in the moment. You just like, excuse me. You just like, you know, I'm playing maybe a little better, you know. But then, you know, you watch the film, you see what your teammates doing, you know, you see that everything always going to come back together. So, you know, having a guy that's going to go hard, you know, that's going to strain every single rep, the only thing that you can do is go hard and strain every single rep, you know. So just everything comes back together.
Just overall, what is the energy that Eddie brings do for this offensive line, this group, this offense?
You want to talk about just addition of, like I said, the strain and the physicality and the effort and the energy as a whole. You know, starting from last week, everything is just, you know, the whole practice. You know, just having the game came throughout the whole practice. You know, just that energy every single day that we brought in. You know, I say that's the biggest thing that we brought. And let's keep going up.
Is he like that all the time?
Yeah. It's not just on the field; it's in the locker room. It's every time, man. That's how it's got to be. You know?
Mike, what kind of statement do you think it says about this group? I mean, 3 freshman starters between you, Eddie, Ryan. What do you think? What kind of statement does that make?
I say the statement that makes is anything is possible if you can just work hard. You know, like I know for sure I worked hard. I know Ryan's worked hard. I know Eddie's worked hard. And every single one of the down lines worked hard. So, you know, when you get your opportunity, man, just go hard as you can. You know, keep it and just get better at it. Then that's a statement right there.
Talking about energy and, you know, feeling this offensive line chemistry, do you feel like you found yourself as a leader and that vocal presence as well, kind of like Eddie?
I say yeah. You know, going to practice, you know, I'm more of like an action guy. So I'll say some little words like work, you know, yes. And that's all we gotta say for it, you know, and just I'm gonna back it up with my action, you know. So I'm pretty sure that coming up next year, that's going to have to be a little bit more vocal, and it's what is expected, but it's what we need, man. To become the best, you got to do what you got to do. You got to be a leader sometimes. Maybe not sometimes. Got to be a leader.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. For you guys as a team, what did that feel like going on the road this past Saturday, picking up a big SEC road win?
Oh, it was very good. We worked on it all week, practicing hard week by week, taking it one step at a time. So, it was a big W, but we got to focus to the next week.
That offense looked pretty much completely different in the second half. Just what kind of went into, maybe after halftime, getting that unit going?
Probably just the details. We had to be more detailed in that game. So, it was a road win, so it's a big atmosphere. So, going to the locker room, just sitting, listen to the coaches and what we have to do specifically. So, translate it to the field, and we did that.
What did you see out of John Tier from the first half to the second half? Because he started to resemble the player we saw back in September. Was there anything that happened in the first half that kind of ignited him, or was it just kind of the flow of the game?
It was just the flow of the game. You get good plays, bad plays. You just move on from it and just work at it, try to get the W.
I guess for you, what's it been like just to kind of ease into your role and kind of carve out a little bit more of a role late in the season now?
It's been pretty good, but it's more not of a role. It's just my opportunity. So I was the next man up at that time, and I just came and took advantage of my opportunity.
You and Giovanni kind of have a special relationship as Louisiana guys here at OU?
Oh, yes, sir. We really do.
What's that like?
It's pretty fun to see my brother go out there and play, and him seeing me go out there and play. We just cheer each other on. So it's pretty fun.
How much pride do you guys take in that, just being Louisiana guys and knowing the kind of the lineage of great wide receivers that have come out of Louisiana over the last however many years?
We take so much pride into it because it's just us playing football. We've been doing this as a kid, so us, even though once we learned we was from Louisiana together, we bonded more better than the other receiver. So it was good.
Isaiah is obviously was announced that he's got some eyes for the Blitnikoff. Just what's he like as teammate? Going. Obviously, that's a very high honor.
Isaiah, he's a great person. He worked day in, day out. He stay after practice. I learned from him. He learned from me. So it just everything great.
You guys going to use the off week? How will the players try to take advantage?
They're trying to take advantage. Having a bye week, the mindset can go two ways. You either can get better or you can just stay where you're at. BB, he's stressing to getting better every day, getting better by the week, no matter if we have a game or not. So that's our mindset, is getting better every day. When you're on the field, we just want to get better.
What do you guys see from Alabama? Have you looked into their film so far? Or?
Yeah, fast, physical. They got big guys. They got guys that can make plays. But, when we watch the film, we study them. We got guys that can shut it down.
Proud of you just of the depth that showed on Saturday, particularly defensively. Owen's out there calling plays.
Yeah.
Danny Okoye comes in and gets a sack almost immediately.
Yeah, they stepped up. We needed that. Like I said, he helps on just being ready when the moment happens. And, Owen, that's my guy right there. He was ready. He was overly ready for the moment. And he just took over. And we all noticed. And, that's where you put trust in the coaches. You show trust in us. And, you just come out and do it every week.
How does it feel to be able to go into Neyland Stadium at night, primetime game against the opponent like Tennessee, and go out with the win?
Oh, yeah, it felt great. It was a different atmosphere. My 4 years, I haven't had an experience like that. So, just going in there and just keeping head straight, knowing why we were there and knowing, that we had to win. You know what I'm saying? That was just our mindset.
What does it say about this defensive line that after our Mason had to leave the game, you guys still played that well?
That we had to step up. One of our guys or one of our soldiers is down. Another one has to step up and make plays.
Find yourself allowing yourself to think about playoffs, anything like that?
Not right now. We just trying to take a game at a time. You know, you got to go 1-0 every week.
Does it feel like you do have to win? You're almost in a playoff already.
Oh yeah, we have to win. I'm sure y'all know we have to win. So that's a mindset.
Gracen, what are your early thoughts on Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson?
He's a good quarterback. You know, he can make great decisions. You know, if we're not right, you know, in the film, and if we're not right in our responsibilities, then he's gonna make a big play out of us. So we got to be right.
Have you talked to R. Mason at all?
Yeah, I talked to him. Mindset's great. You know, he's just trying to get back in the training room and get right.
Anything else for Gracen?
Appreciate it,
Gracen.
Gracen.